volume up on this.
Yeah, and I'm not even getting anything in here. There's some sound here, see?
Sure,
Hello?
it should be on the other side.
Yeah, it's right there.
No, the other side, that second one there.
No, that's all the way up.
Oh, yeah, we have sound.
We have sound? Like good sound?
Volume up on this. I turned the volume up on this, so I think that's what it was.
There's some sound here, see? Okay, so we're good.
It was just that? It was the microphone?
Yeah, it was like all the way down.
That's all it was, eh? Friggin' idiots we are.
Sorry.
Alright.
Everybody.
I thought you turned that up.
It wouldn't be Ghost Talks without.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Ghost Talks unless we screwed something up, right?
Oh, and now this is working,
eh? Oh, now the mouse is working. Oh, wow! We're on a roll now. Everything's working. The mouse is working. We got sound. Holy nuts. Hold on. Okay, so which camera are we on? That one there on the bottom, right?
Right.
We're on that one?
Right there, yeah.
Yes. So we're live again, late as usual, only about an hour late, which is not too bad. This is probably our worst tardiness we've ever had.
Well, we messaged them.
Yeah, so we told, at least we let you guys know. So anyways, today we haven't been doing too much. I've been really busy. People have been busy this summer, so we haven't done very much. We still do our live shows every month at least. You will have noticed that our page hasn't been too busy as well. We've all had our lives to live kind of thing. School, lives. I've been going through a course, so I haven't had a chance to pay too much attention to our viewers and our followers, but that's going to change fairly soon. So we have a lot of stuff coming up, right? Right, Shannon?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm sweaty. Why are you so sweaty?
I'm sweaty because I'm nervous. Where's my makeup person? I need somebody to put some powder on my face. Okay. Anyway, so we're good. We're live. We got sound. Our feed is much better now. We kind of have a new setup. We're still tweaking again every time to kind of give you a much better service. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. So we have absolutely no agenda today. We have no clue what we're going to talk about. Although Kyle, who's sitting behind the little notebook there he is. No, you have to transition. Cue Kyle.
I did do that.
There we go. There's Kyle.
There I am.
There's Kyle. So Kyle's doing the live feed on the notebook tonight. So Kyle's going to be explaining a little bit how we use the thermal camera when we do when we do investigations. So what's on the agenda for today?
Draw winners.
Draw winners.
The Bliska.
So maybe we should do that right now.
Yeah.
We'll put the individual names in it.
It's a fun time.
Okay. So do you want to do it? Or want me to do it? No, one at a time. So we show people that their names are inside the box.
That's not a box. But...
Well, you have to show on the camera. So you have to go there.
Oh.
You have to go there in front of the camera and you show each
see.
individual name that's being put in.
Gotcha. Okay, well, give me...
I'll hold the bowl.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, so I'll take one, you take one. Okay, so we have... This is not in any specific order. This just... so we have Kim Val Burns. Here's one for you. Kim Val Burns. Can you see it? I think you can see it, yeah. Kim Val Burns. Yeah, Kim Val Burns, there's one.
We have Terry Lynn Smith.
Goes in.
We have...
There's probably going to be multiples here. We have Bradley Corrigan.
Good.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, keep going. Wait a minute, hold it. We have another one for José Loisel.
Good.
See it? Okay, that goes in the bowl.
When I say good, it's...
We got
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Connie Gibson.
Good.
We got Bradley Corrigan.
Again, that's a second for Bradley.
Good.
We got Cheryl Kerr.
I think Cheryl said she couldn't make it,
Check.
but we'll put her in anyways.
Okay. We got Connie Gibson again.
Good.
It seems blurry from the side. Maybe just my eyes.
Yeah.
We got Henry and Rita Calderon.
Good.
We got Connie Gibson again.
Down. Good.
We got Charlene Alexander.
Good.
We got Connie Gibson again.
And this is based on the amount of tickets they bought, right?
We got Charlene Alexander again.
Good.
We got Connie Gibson.
Good.
And Bradley Corrigan again. Oops.
That's my cat.
We have Melissa. What does that say? Kindle.
Good.
We have Bradley Corrigan.
She's bought a lot of tickets.
Mm-hmm. We got Brenda Griffith.
Good.
Shannon's just sitting in the background giggling.
Yeah. Like my handwriting's really bad.
We got Amanda Hewitt. No, your writing's beautiful.
Over a bit. Good.
We have Charlene Alexander.
Good.
We have Jason Alba.
Reminds me of TV bingo.
B21.
Yeah.
There's Connie Gibson.
Good.
José Loisel.
One over.
Good.
We got Kristen Talbert.
Good.
Bradley Corrigan.
Yep.
Cheryl Kerr.
Good.
Kaylin Notley. I'm sorry. That looked like a Celtic name.
That's okay. Your writing's not that bad, Shannon.
No, it's not her writing. I feel like I'm going to pronounce some of these wrong. Alex Odom.
Good.
Connie Gibson.
Good.
José Loisel.
I mean, what do we have?
Connie Gibson. Not very many.
Good.
Got Angela Helmer.
Good.
José Loisel.
Good.
Another one for José Loisel.
Good.
Connie Gibson.
Good.
Angela Helmer.
Good.
Connie Gibson.
Good.
Angela Helmer.
Good.
Last one. José Loisel.
Okay.
now
So the bowl is visible here. It's going over here, so we're not going to alter it or touch it. It just stays there.
Shake it up like that.
Shake it up, just mix it around. I'm not even looking at it. So it's going to go in there. Mix it up. And nobody's going to... So there's no cheating going on. Okay, so we're going to leave it here. And we're going to draw at the end of the show. So that way you guys can stay tuned in.
Stuck with us.
Yeah. Okay, so we have... What do we have?
Oh, thermal cam? Is that starting with that? what do we have?
I can start with the basics. Right?
The basics. Okay. So let's talk about equipment. Kyle's going to talk about the thermal when he gets back over here, and I'll take over the live feed, Kyle, after. You can sit here or there. So Kyle's going to be sitting down. He's going to explain how the thermal camera works and how it should be used and how we use it when we investigate. Now, other pieces of equipment we're going to talk about. What was it?
I don't know. You didn't talk with me. What
Come on, help me out here, Taylor.
do
We're
you
not
wanna
organized
do?
today.
What do you guys want?
Well, the last time we were supposed to talk about, well, it is Ghost Talks. We just kind of talk about whatever, right?
Yeah.
We were going to talk about how we use psychics in paranormal investigating, right? We're going
Yeah.
to talk more about the spiritual side of things when we investigate.
That's good. Yeah, there's a little bit of prep going into that talk. Like I'm gonna come prepared with like some interesting studies that have been done regarding like psi and like psychic activity and talents and stuff. And we'll try and relate it to, you know, science and why those things might be possible, what is too much of a stretch to really fit in with scientific parameters, maybe talk about some psychics that do have good reputations, some that don't, what kind of tactics they use, maybe, you know, cold reading and stuff.
And we had talked about maybe getting a psychic and
Sure,
to try it out.
Yeah.
Try it out, see if it's possible. Again, we don't...
Probably the woman from Cornwall would be a good...
Actually, that contact you have, yeah, because she was kind of accurate in a few things, right? When we did investigations.
Yeah, her name,
So...
I won't say her full name, but her name is Jose.
Jose, okay. So this is something me as personally as the when I first started this team, I wasn't really going into psychics and mediums, and as we've said before, it's not that we don't believe people have that talent. It's just not very credible when it comes to the scientific approach. So we're not saying that these people don't have this type of talent. So we've decided now to maybe try it out, have a psychic join us on one of our investigations and see if we can actually put some credibility to the use of psychics when doing paranormal investigations. So, of course, it's not our approach. We don't have an issue with people that use that approach, but it's not our approach.
Team, so we'll be putting them through. They'll still be using the scientific method as closely as they can with our, you know, we'll almost be trying to disprove the psychic in the same way that we go into a place trying to disprove that it's paranormal.
Yeah.
Like, that's always going to be the approach that we take. Us using a psychic is not really using the psychic towards the investigation. It's really just we are a scientific team who try and find explanations for things that are unexplainable. Psychics fall into that. And so why would we not involve that in our research and studies? So we will be just trying to find and measure in any kind of concrete way something that we really can't explain. We're going to try and scrutinize it as much as we can. I mean, we're going to be respectful and they'll come into it understanding and knowing what the situation is and what kind of team we are, and you know, they'll be under heat a little bit, but you know.
Well, they will be scrutinized, of course.
They will be scrutinized.
And it's nothing against.
Nothing personal.
It's nothing personal, but this is what we do, right?
Yeah, if they have nothing to hide, and you know, then they'll have no problem with that, and and then maybe we'll see something really cool, and and then maybe we can do a show on it, and I can help relate it back to, you know, the things that I've read about science and quantum and our human mind, and how these things do sometimes fit in with, you know, scientific laws and theories that we already have, and some of the evidence that does sort of lean towards those things being possible.
You more or less want to corroborate the evidence with what
we
is
would
said beforehand, obviously.
Yeah, they're not going to know any details. You know, obviously we would have no motive to set them up for success by giving them any details. We want, you know, to make sure they know as little as possible wherever we're going to be, and we're going to try and corroborate any of their experiences with our equipment the same way we would with anything else. And I mean, it would be compelling if a psychic picks up on a spirit voice channeling through them saying something, and then we also get an EVP of an unknown voice saying that same thing, right? That would be very credible for both the paranormal spiritual world and for the psychic themselves. But I mean, I'm skeptical of that happening, but we'll see.
So yeah, it's skeptical, but I mean, it's something we're going to try out. You know, we'll see if we can actually incorporate a psychic within our investigations and see if we can either prove or disprove whether it works or not, or if that one specific person can actually clue into events that might have happened at the location we'll be in. Now, real quick, I have Walt commented on our page here, says, don't think all the names were there. Did we miss some names for the draw?
I don't think so.
No? So anyways, if we did miss your name, if your name is not in the draw and you've bought tickets, please let us know if you're logged in. We'll try to go back and see the list of names to make sure that we have everybody on file. Did you go to page 2?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
can go back and count them all, just to make sure.
Is it on the laptop that was on
Yeah.
the table? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you go check?
Yeah, I can.
So Shannon will be back. She's gonna go check, as Walt said that there might be some names missing.
I don't remember Walt.
So I didn't see
Well,
that
Walt's
name.
just commenting
Oh, okay.
that maybe some names are missing.
I didn't see his name there.
No.
So was there another?
Don, we're not ignoring you. Okay, we're gonna say hi. Hi to Don. Don couldn't make it tonight.
Don's name in.
Eh?
I didn't put Don's name in.
Well,
No.
no, Don. Don's part of the
Don.
team now. Don,
He's
you're going to
commenting.
Villisca either way. You don't qualify for the draw anymore.
If it was Don, then we chose not to put Don in.
Yeah, and we chose not to put you in, Don. You're already going to Villisca. So, I'll even respect the psychic, but I will scrutinize respectfully, of course. Yes, Don, I know you'll do it respectfully, and you better. So anyways, Walt, thanks for the comment. I'm sure we have all the names on or in the bowl. So that's why we're going to draw at the end of the show to make sure that we have everybody's names in the bowl. We want to do this as honestly as we can to make sure everybody's got, an even chance to win this draw.
Or not even, but it depends how many tickets they've bought.
It depends on how many tickets you bought. If you bought 10 tickets, well, your name should be in there about 10 times.
Yeah.
Or if you bought 1 ticket, your name will be in there once.
Or we're trying to make it as mutually.
As
I kept almost eating them because of the
you thought they were
chip
chips?
bowl.
No, don't eat.
Kept going on,
Don't eat.
like,
Don't eat the names. Don't eat the names. We don't want to be doing that. Where did you put the bowl, anyways?
She has it.
Oh, but that means we could alter it now. She shouldn't have taken the bowl away. Anyways,
Why would we what?
we should have kept the bowl.
I don't know.
But anyways,
I don't know any of those people.
anyways, the draw's going to be honest. We're not going to cheat or anything. The names are going to stay there. We're just going to double check the names to make sure everybody's name's in there. Everybody bought tickets to make sure that it's all kosher.
What's your password?
Oh, Raven. That one? Raven1986. I just told the whole world my password to my laptop. Raven1986.
So you'll be changing that one now?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Unless, well,
Now
nobody
your
has
credit card
access.
number?
You want my credit card number too? So, but I don't want to pay. Don, guys, how many entries? Well, Don, you should have been here tonight. But I know you had a flat on your tire, and I do have proof because you sent me a picture of the tire in your flatbed or your truck bed. So, anyways, so what's coming up for us this summer? We don't have a huge amount of things, but we have big things. Not a lot of them, but a lot of big things. So,
in order. What's the first one?
well, first one coming up is going to be a workshop at the Presbyterian Church, which is set now for July 20th. There's only going to be a certain amount of tickets available, so we'll be posting that probably within the next few days. We'll have about 20 days to buy tickets.
That's St. Andrews, by the way.
Saint-
Not the Presbyterian Church.
Yeah, the Presbyterian Church. Yeah, thanks.
Gananoque.
Gananoque, yeah.
We've already
Gananoque.
been there, so
Yeah,
those of you who probably
the
watched
Presbyterian Church.
well, yeah, we'll be going to the Presbyterian Church.
Thanks for correcting me, Tyler. But you're right. It is the St. Andrews Presbyterian Church in Gananoque. I've had a rough day, trust me. I have to go to work
Yeah,
today.
we're all pretty
We're all rough today. So there's going to be a workshop there, and last episode I did a little bit of a faux pas. I said we'd be doing a slight public investigation at the church after the workshop, which is not accurate. The only thing we're going to be doing after the workshop is a general maybe walk around of the sanctuary at the church just to show you the insides and where the spots that we investigated. So it's not going to be an investigation per se, but it's just going to be a general walk around of the location. I just want to make sure it's use the equipment. We'll show you the spots inside the church where we captured certain things. We had a few events go on there. Yeah. I got poked in the eye and almost fell off the balcony.
Yeah.
So you'll get to visit these little locations, but it's not going to be an investigation. I did say that on the last episode. That was a bit of a faux pas on my part. I do apologize to Robin and Dave from the church for saying that. That was totally inaccurate, and it's just my mistake. So if we when we do hold a workshop there, it's going to be held back in the center in the back. And then if everything goes well, we'll be able to do a walk around of the sanctuary, but it's not going to be an investigation. It's just going to be a general walk around of the location. Unless things change till that day, unless they change their mind, that's fine. But at this point, it's not going to be a public investigation. This is strictly going to be a workshop with a tour of the location. So I'm glad we got that correct.
You'll get to test the things out. I mean, and you turn the lights off.
Well, we might be able to turn the lights off, but we can't do a full public investigation. No. It's not going to work. So that's in the works. So I think this is going to be a definite at the St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church investigating. It's an inside joke. Investigating. Investigating. Ding, ding.
Super French.
Yeah, super French. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, and it's hot now. We used to have the wood stove on in here, but now it's just hot. So, next, that's going to be this July. So we're probably it's going to be on the 20th. Maybe it's going to vary by a week or so, but it's definitely going to be in July. We're doing the workshop. August. That's our big one.
Trip, yeah.
That's the road trip. So unless you guys, if you haven't tuned in, we're doing a stateside road trip, and August is going to be 3 locations. In case you missed the last show, we're going to be doing on August 13th, August 12th. We leave. That's for the people also that bought tickets, and for the one who's going to win tonight, we're leaving on August 12th, very early in the morning. We'll be hopefully in Monticello or something like that. It's New Hindenburg. We'll be in New Hindenburg by August 12th in the evening. We're going to sleep. August 13th, we're doing a full investigation of the not the New Hindenburg, the Edinburgh Manor. And Don, you can correct me on that one because I know I don't say it right. The Edinburgh Manor in Iowa. So that's going to be on August 13th. From there, we will travel back to Villisca, which is about, I think, 3 hours.
Yeah,
about 3 hours to Villisca. So another 3 hours on the 14th. Then the 14th and 15th, we're going to relax. We're going to have suppers. We're going to, whoever's going to be with us, you're going to socialize with us. We'll teach how to use the equipment. We'll go over some specific points for the investigation of Villisca and what we're going to be doing and how everything's going to pan out, type thing. And then we investigate first night at the Villisca Axe Murder House on August 16th in the evening. On Saturday, it's going to be a quiet day, relax. We're probably going to sleep a lot on Saturday. Then we're going to do it all over on Saturday evening. Hopefully we can do some daytime investigating as well at the Villisca House and maybe some debunking at the same time.
Yeah, because we won't be sleeping there, right?
Well, we can if we want, but I'd prefer to go back to the hotel. The hotel's about 15 minutes away. So, I mean, if you want to, whoever's going to win this draw, if you want to sleep there, we're going to stay there till probably 4 o'clock in the morning anyways. So, staying any later is not going to matter. Your hotel will be provided to the winner. You will be provided with a hotel for the 2 nights, the 16th and 17th. And the only thing you have to pay is your food. But the drive there... Now, transportation. So we're renting a Suburban, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to rent
Ghost
It's
bus.
going to be a Ghost bus, yeah. So we're renting a 2019 Suburban to drive out to Villisca on the stateside road trip. Did we miss any? You think you got them all? You're going to count them again? Okay. So everybody's going to be in on the same vehicle now. We have 3 confirmed people for the Villisca in our team, right? We got me, you, and Dawn. Is Dawn still there?
Peanut gallery over here.
8:31. Walt, did you buy some tickets, Walt? Can you answer? I mean, you said. Do you maybe remember which names we might be missing? Okay. Yes, I know you like the way I say it, Don. Edinburgh Manor. Anyways, Shannon's doing a recount. We're going through our Eventbrite attendee list, and we're going the ones that bought tickets, and also the ones that got free tickets when they actually guessed. When I had this little thing about guessing the location, we're gonna double check to make sure all the names are in. If you are tuned in, make sure that if your name hasn't been mentioned, please let us know, and we will put it into the draw. Okay, so next event, October. Are we going to talk about that, or should we say anything about it? No. Okay. So October. So it's a
Halloween.
We don't want to divulge
Fun.
too much. It'll come up pretty soon. Once we have the tickets are ready for sale, we're holding a Halloween event at a location that we've investigated before. We're not going to tell you right now which location that is. It's going to be a fairly large event. This is going to be held around Halloween. And it's going to incorporate a lot of stuff. It's going to incorporate a workshop, a meet and greet, a dinner. It's going to incorporate stations, a public investigation. It's going to be a big thing. So be sure to keep checking on our page for this upcoming event, which will be in October 2019.
Technically, probably November after Halloween.
Yeah, could be November, maybe a day or two after, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what else do we have?
I can go into that. Or...
You want to get into the thermal? Okay, so
stay there because I want to refer to you maybe a couple
Okay.
times there just in case.
so you got the right camera going, so we'll be able to see it. Oh, there we go. Now you got it up. You got the right one. So hey, Kyle, come on over.
Walt said there's a message concerning location for the guessing thing. So
Mm-hmm.
he guessed correctly, I guess.
Okay, so Walt, did you guess correctly? Okay, we'll put Walt. Walt, we're gonna put your name in the draw. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. I apologize if we missed it. No, I remember I had a conversation with Walt. So yeah, put Walt Wagner inside the bowl, Shannon.
Not just one.
Just one, yeah. That's a conversation that I had with Walt, and was he had guessed right the location, and I think I just kind of misplaced that one.
Shall occur. We're getting some people in the draw tuning in, so
Okay.
be good. We'll find out.
So
who
we'll go
won.
over the tickets again. We'll show the names once again to make sure everybody knows before the end. I know it's kind of going to be long to do that again, but I think we should. You think?
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I'll do it this time.
Okay.
And you can hold the bowl.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So we're going to have Kyle over here. He's going to explain to you how we use a thermal camera. This is a Fluke, Cal, a Fluke.
This is a Fluke thermal imager. Yes. They are handheld infrared imaging cameras for use in many applications. In commercial and industrial applications, they are used for troubleshooting, preventing maintenance, and building diagnostics. Troubleshooting, for instance, let's say you have a breaker panel that is not working properly, or a breaker within the panel. You'd be able to see a brighter hot spot in there, you know. So, and preventive maintenance, steam traps. That's something I do personally. If you see something passing by a trap, you know, it would be a lot hotter. And of course, building diagnostics, you get hot water heating, and you probably know more on the diagnostics for building. Like, what else can we check with that? Like maybe
With the thermal, you can check insulation. You can check insulation in a house.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of uses to thermal cameras.
Yeah.
Tons of
Yeah.
uses. Now, the thing is, now we got to figure out how do we use it in investigating. That's what you're getting to.
That's right, yeah. So there are two modes for saving information: still images on an SD memory card, and also the video applications. Which is MPEG the only one we can use for?
I'm not sure. I think
there's
it's
a few
mostly
others.
MPEG. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
JPEG, and there's I'm not sure what the other one is, but it goes on an SD card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. This unit can display different color palettes depending on area parameters. It can go from grayscale, which is the cooler spectrum, right through to high contrast amber, hot metal. That's when there's different. Okay. So so grayscale would be the little temperature variation in cool, damp areas where there's like a very slight temperature variation, like cold storages or basements, let's say. And the amber hot metal function is a high temp variation and temperature fluctuations. So that would be, let's say, a mechanical room where you'd have a hot water boiler, you know, a chiller, you know, that's something with up and down fluctuations. You know, you'd want to see it easier, you know, more or less.
Yeah.
So anything.
So on the camera, if it's hot, what's it show up as? It's red, right?
Yeah.
Red is
red,
hot.
orange, yeah, yellow, and the cooler areas, of course, would be blue and green. So all objects radiate infrared energy. The quantity of energy radiated is based on actual surface temperature.
That's my cat in the background. You want to let him in there, Shannon? He's like,
He's messing me up.
he's messing me up. Go Tux, man. Okay, keep going.
Okay, where was I here? Oh yeah, so surface temperature and surface emissivity of the object. So the emissivity of a surface material is its effectiveness in emitting energy as thermal radiation. Surfaces with low emissivity, therefore, would have to be set accordingly to faint fluctuations. So it's a very narrow spectrum. So, got anything to add to that? Or?
Well, I mean, as far as investigating the paranormal, like, how would that work? I mean, the thing is, the theory is when there's an entity present, it'll suck the heat out of the area and cause like a cold spot.
So remember, the laser pointer measures the surface of the object, not the ambient temperature. So in between. So what this means is like paranormal energy, let's say, is kind of part of the ambient temperature, right? So it would go right through it. So there's a very narrow setting for that, you know, and depending on the unit, you know, that you're using. So.
Yeah, but a thermal does the same thing as the laser thermometer in a way. It measures the surface. It measures the surface temperature. So that will not, the temperature you would see on the thermal would not be the ambient temperature in between, but the surface that it's actually looking at. That's what it does. Yeah. So it's very similar to infrared laser dot thermometer to a certain extent.
Yes.
Except the laser dot only gives a certain temperature on that very fine point surface.
So I don't have the answers on how you'd actually catch. You know,
because we don't have any proof. We don't have any proof whether it works or not.
To me, you'd have to have something that materializes and has a little bit of girth to it, or
something
little matter to it,
or some kind of anomaly that doesn't look right on the thermal. You know, or something where we take a base reading and suddenly the temperature changes, like a sudden fluctuation. Then you could probably say, well, maybe there's something there, but we need to collaborate with something else.
Right. Yes.
So if you get a fluctuation on a thermal, you get some kind of EVP, maybe something else on camera. Again, us as a team, we like to kind of collaborate one piece of evidence with other evidence to make it a little bit more concrete.
Now you see on some shows, like I was saying, something that materializes, you don't see the whole figure, let's say. You'll see like a little bit of a leg or an arm.
Partial manifestation.
Yes, that's right.
I'd say that thing mainly helps to rule things out. Like if we hear a sound and we're outside, which tells us if it's an animal, or, you know, like in the basement, we can see the bats, you know, in the dark, and it helps you just kind of figure out where the sounds are coming from and what to expect, and if there's any other living being there with you, you know, or if you're in an abandoned place, you know, there's like a homeless person sleeping, like you can see that in pitch dark, and it's like,
well, again, it's tools we can use in the dark. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No, and it's extremely rare to catch something on this.
Very rare.
Very
Except
rare.
for when I fart.
But that's not a ghost.
Yeah.
Shannon, you're too quiet.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking it all in.
Except when Taylor farts. We've done that before.
I farted on thermal camera. It was pretty cool.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't need to know that.
Bluish.
You just said we've done that before. Cats with a bag already.
We got to do some investigating.
I'm on a ghost crew. Like, I have to do it at least once. Like,
we got to do some investigating.
Investigating.
Investigating. So, Kyle, like as far as you like, you know how to use this machine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's a viable piece of equipment when it comes to investigating the paranormal?
I would say yes. Because we haven't caught anything yet.
We haven't caught anything yet, but I mean,
well, there was a couple of slight anomalies. I would say, like where there was like there was a little, what was it, a print, like kind of like a partial print.
A hand print.
yeah, it was a handprint, yeah, but it wasn't
not a
massive.
whole hand, but just
I forgot
so,
about that.
Actually, can you actually
that
turn it on, show it on the camera?
Yeah.
How it works?
I mean, it does what it's designed to do.
Exactly, and that's how we use
it
all the equipment we use. We use
to
it for what it's designed for. EMF meters are designed to detect electromagnetic fields. They're not designed to detect ghosts. There we go.
This the right one?
Yeah, that's the right one there.
I'll tell you when it's good.
It's kind of bright though.
Yeah, it's just kind of light.
A little higher.
Oh yeah.
Bring
It's
it.
not catching it right, eh?
No, because it's too bright. Yeah, bring it in closer to the camera, Kyle.
No.
Jeez.
No.
Go into the light. It's like we're all
All the moths are like.
no, we're all dead.
Ooh.
Oh, wait. No,
way.
it's not working.
Oh,
you had it there for
you
me.
go right up close. Yeah, you gotta go
You
right
put
up.
it at an angle. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Cool. And see if it'll catch. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's got it there. Okay, so
Yeah.
you add it down. There we go. See? I think you got
Use your
Taylor.
other arm.
Man, that looks weird. Is that one of us?
There we go.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Oh, this is me. Oh, that's me. Okay, there we go. So, heat. You can see our hands. There we go. Now we got it.
There.
So this is, you can see our skin. There's a t-shirt, so you can't see.
Sunglasses.
This is covering the heat, and my sunglasses are hiding my eyes. There you go. So now it's all heated. So glass will actually reflect,
Yeah.
hide the thermal
Yes,
energy, because
Anything shiny.
So that's low emissivity, like
low emissivity. So
mirrors,
if I mirrors,
steel,
glass.
shiny, any
So put
shiny
it back,
liquid.
Kyle, to show them, and I'll put my glasses back on. Okay, so where am I? You got it there. No, the other way.
No, just
Towards Shannon. Okay.
Yeah.
There I am. No?
who's that?
That's you.
Is that me?
That's Shannon.
That's Shannon. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
I'll
down?
Get in the picture, I guess, because I got to do. Put
Okay.
on an
This.
angle
Okay. You're on Shannon. Just want to put my glasses on to show them how it's going to actually hide the thermal energy. A little more this way. Shannon's.
Well, I say it gets shiny then.
It's because it's because your point. Okay, hold on. Okay.
There.
Oh, there we go. I think you got it. There, I'm here.
Come on.
All right. Okay, a little more towards the other way, Kyle.
Well, it's not going to show it, so
Okay.
get into the picture. Then.
Okay. Okay. So see here, there's my face, and when you put the glasses on, it hides the thermal energy. So glass and mirrors, stainless steel, will block the thermal energy. So this is something you have to consider when you're investigating with a thermal camera.
And create reflections of heat, so like duplicate. So we have to be careful when we're investigating.
So that's low emissivity
Investigating.
Yeah.
function. And it's very, you got to finely tune it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just click a little trigger and it takes a still.
It takes a still picture.
It saves it.
So it's still, we're still live feeding.
Or you can put it on the
That's
video
a good
function.
look for you, Dan. Thanks, Don. Feeds are real good tonight. So it's obvious.
The notebook's working.
Don says, so the feeds are really good tonight. I guess that little notebook I got for my birthday actually works pretty well because we're getting some really good feeds. How's the sound, by the way? Can somebody let us know if the sound is good? I think it's probably good.
It was good when I had it up on my phone.
Probably better with the volume on.
There comes my cat again. Hold on, I'm just going to get my cat. Okay, so what are we going to talk about next?
We can take some questions. Or some topic suggestions, that people want to hear about. Or we can show our cats.
That's a Halloween
making an
cat
appearance?
right there.
That's my Halloween cat. He's Tux. Okay. You want to go outside? Okay. Live and unedited.
Yeah, what do you guys want to hear about? Even for future topic ideas, like theoretical stuff, or we can show you things and answer questions.
Yeah. We're not getting sound on this though, right? Did I put the sound down? It's kind of weird we don't hear anything. So are we getting sound?
Well, they probably...
Perfect sound. Jose, thank you for commenting. Perfect sounds. We're good.
Okay.
So, Shannon?
Well, I added Walt in.
You didn't? Where's his
I
name?
had to add him on to a winner's receipt because I couldn't find any more paper.
Oh, okay. So, Walt?
I have to go through all of them.
No. Yeah.
So,
It's a winner's receipt, but it is Walt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
so Walt, Wagner, you in there? Is the bowl? You're in the bowl. Okay. The bowl's gonna stay here now.
It's almost like a bell.
We will go through the. Okay. So you Walt, your name's in there. Who else? Are you gonna check the feed?
Yeah.
Who else is not in the list?
Did we miss some more people?
Did we miss some more people on the draw? We actually didn't sell a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
We sold a very minimal amount of tickets, so you guys actually have a hell of a good chance of winning because the competition is very low right now. We didn't sell a lot of tickets, so we'll go through the names again after to make sure everybody's on there. Okay, so workshop. So we're going to be doing a workshop. So what is it we're going to be doing? We're going to be talking about the usual stuff at the workshop, which will be the technical aspects of investigating, which we'll be going through equipment, night vision cameras, electromagnetic field detectors, thermal cameras, digital voice recorders, investigative methods. We'll have a projector for you to show you videos of evidence that we've had in the past, either audio or video.
Base control.
We'll show you how to do base control.
Base readings. You'll be helping us set up, take down. Like, you guys will be involved in every step of the process that we do every time. So it'll be kind of a very realistic from start to finish.
From start to
we'll have
finish.
A little rotating station.
This is for November, the Halloween event.
Okay.
Okay. What about the workshop at St. Andrew's Church?
Yeah.
About the same thing. We're not going to have like a setup. This is just going to be like a regular kind of workshop.
Yeah, it'll be less investigation-y, but
less. But it's going to be a little cheaper.
We'll have talking topics and food.
Yeah, we'll have some food too. So topics are going to be equipment, which is probably something me and Kyle are going to cover. We're going to cover equipment, Kyle.
Yes.
Taylor, you're going to cover
theories of paranormal,
residual energy,
residual intelligent hauntings.
Yeah. And Shannon is going to cover. Shannon has a BA in psychology, so Shannon will cover a bit of the subject of how our psychology can affect how we experience the paranormal, how our mind can matrix stuff, how the power of suggestion, right, Shannon?
Yeah.
How this can affect us when we have paranormal experiences, and where that not everything is paranormal. Our mind can play tricks on us, right?
Yeah.
It can play a lot of tricks on us. So this is something you have to consider when you're investigating the paranormal. You can't believe everything you hear and you see. Of course, equipment is different. The camera just sees what it sees. It doesn't have a personality like we do, so it doesn't get affected. So that's why we use equipment. Because the mind is not exactly the most useful tool when it comes to investigating the paranormal. It's just
hysteria and matrixing and psychosomatic reactions and power of suggestion, all kinds.
Yeah. So we're not exactly the most reliable tools.
And what about that? I'd always wondered about when you get that shadow in the corner of your eye. What would that be? Do you know what that is?
I remember reading up on that. That's has to do with your peripheral vision, and it's also a cycle. It can happen if you're exposed to high levels of electromagnetic fields or high levels of infrasound. Okay. It'll give you the impression that you're seeing a shadow from the corner of your eye, especially when you're turning. You think you see something there, but so it's not really there.
That makes sense at work.
Again, it's your mind playing tricks on you. That's what it is. I mean, so again, people, when you investigate, you got to be careful not to jump to conclusions. Dot your I's, cross your T's, and stay calm. Scrutinize your evidence or your footage, and be critical. I mean, like I said, we talked about it on the last show. We all have our spiritual beliefs, but those spiritual beliefs have to be set aside if you want to do more of the scientific approach.
Yeah.
So,
Question here.
you have a question?
What are our thoughts on using a Polaroid type camera to capture spirits?
We've never actually tried, but I think it'd probably be a good thing.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good question. Actually, using a Polaroid would I actually have one. But those films are actually more expensive now. They're very expensive to buy.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
teams do use
yeah.
Polaroid. I don't. What would be the reason for that? Well, it's more instantaneous, right?
The thing is also with Polaroid. But the thing is with digital also. Digital is it's instant too.
Yeah.
But with Polaroids is that it's very expensive to buy the films now, and you can take 20 pictures and end up with nothing. Yeah. So it's an expense. With digital cameras, you take a picture, you can delete everything after. With the Polaroids, you take a picture, you've used up the film. Excuse me, I think it's more of a money issue.
Yeah, I thought there was different parameters there with the different types of.
I haven't looked into it, but I mean, I think it
too
might be a good idea. Use a Polaroid, maybe some different.
I think the chemicals
still
within
shots.
Well, it doesn't lie. It doesn't lie.
Yeah.
It doesn't lie. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is they don't have negatives, which neither do any of our digital equipment. But it's always kind of a bonus when you have the negatives. That, well, it helps us keep our credibility. We'd be able to prove.
Yeah. The thing is with the Polaroid as well. Once you got the picture, it can't be altered.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good question actually. Using the Polaroid because you can't digitally alter it.
No.
You take the picture and that's it. There's something there. It's live and it's in your face and you can't do anything to it. With digital photography, you can edit the pictures. Right. People can add stuff. Unfortunately, on the internet, that's what goes on a lot, and that's why on the internet you can't believe everything you see because a lot of people fake stuff. You know,
and if it looks too good, it's probably
it's
fake.
Probably fake.
Yeah.
It's probably fake.
Yeah.
There is one video on YouTube, and I think we talked about it earlier today about this guy. I think it's in the UK where his kitchen has stuff flying all over the place, and
crawling out of the
the cupboards are flying, and you got. This is something I noticed on one of the videos on this specific. There's nothing against this person, but if you know which videos I'm talking about, it's a camera that's set up on a kitchen table. It's facing cupboards. There's like I think a dishwasher on the left side with the fruit bowl on it, and the cupboards are flying. Stuff is flying all over the place. And if you pay really close attention to the fruit bowl on the left side, if you're looking at the video on the left side, you can actually see a fruit fly, but you can see a flap that does this. So this thing is actually making the fruit. You can see the thing kind of pop up. You got to pay attention to it, but it does.
The rest of it is.
But that's the thing. People are doing that on the internet.
Oh, no doubt. It's so easy to do, and you get so many views so quickly.
Another one, which is I'm not sure what I think maybe magnets is what's being used there, but that drawer. Remember that drawer?
Oh yeah.
Like a spatula crawls out of it or something.
Yeah. Well, magnetic energy. There's so many things you can do with. Actually, you know what? Here's an example. I got very strong magnets. I'm gonna come back on there.
Okay. He's just circling back to the Polaroid, and I was gonna clarify as to the actual ability for the Polaroid to be like a spirit capturing thing. It's not any better than any normal kind of camera, except for the part that it can't be tampered with. But it's only seeing one spectrum of light, which is the same that we could see with our eyes. So someone would have to manifest in a physical form in order for you to catch it on a Polaroid. It's not like our multi-spectrum cameras. It can't see in the dark. Well, it's got a flash, but so it was just a regular camera. He's saying Polaroid use. They say that an image can be created by a spirit. Like spirits can alter the Polaroid.
Thick table. That's a thick table.
That's where the ectoplasm, right? It's a lot of them are on Polaroids.
Okay.
Whatever that ectoplasm is.
Ectoplasm, yeah, I've looked into it a lot, and it's very strange.
So I don't know if you guys can see this.
Yeah.
You can see the corner here.
That looks pretty. Yeah.
So these are very strong magnets I have. I'll show them to you. Over here. There's a very strong magnet.
This one.
This one here. So you got very strong magnets here. They're kind of stuck together right now, but they're like, anyways. So if you look at this key on the corner here, this is a very thick table though, so it's a little harder to manipulate. But just watch. I hope you guys can see it. Just watch the key here. So the key moves, and this is through a 2-inch tabletop. So can you imagine somebody manipulating an object with magnetic energy? So it's over here. There's the key. So you got to be careful what you see on the internet. There's a lot of people out there who are going to fake stuff, and you can use magnetic energy. You can use props, all sorts of stuff you can use. You can use digital manipulation to fake stuff.
For the shadows.
Shadows, anything. Look at this. Look at that. Like it's just strong.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, it's just to tell you guys that you have to be careful what you see on the internet. So that was actually a good subject to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, about how people fake stuff on YouTube. You see so many videos, and it's just, and you know what it does? It actually makes it hard for us.
Yeah, it's a bad look, and we get lumped in with.
Because people are going to say whatever we show on our website that they faked it, and we had that experience with the G.H.O.S.T when we had the window open. Mm-hmm. Somebody actually thought that somebody was outside opening the window with a string or something like that, but they forgot.
You're up high.
We're on the sixth. We're on the sixth floor.
Nowhere.
There's no way somebody's going to manipulate that window. It's not going to happen. No. So we don't fake stuff. We don't fake evidence. We're critical of our evidence. We don't believe that everything that's caught on audio is some kind of voice or entity or something, unless it's clear. And when we actually review our VPs, we don't alter the VP at all. At best, we might amplify it.
We'll even live review, and we won't tell the rest of us, you know, what we think it says. So we'll just let no power of suggestion. And if everyone is on the same page about what it says, then only then we kind of consider it.
It's sad that some shows do it for dramatic effect, and you know.
Well, a lot of it is ratings, right? Yeah. People need ratings. I mean,
we don't have any motive to be the whole reason we're in this is to find the truth. You know, we're not really an entertainment centered group.
We'd like to be. But as long as we keep it real.
Yeah,
right?
we have to, but it's very docu-style. We have no reason to do that.
And we would never submit to any backer of ours
No. So if there are any networks out there that are interested in our team, we keep it real.
Anyone else will sponsor us.
We don't do any dude and stuff. We keep it real, right?
It won't be as flashy as some shows, but
it's going to be real. It's going to be real. Absolutely. Okay, Shannon, what do you have to add?
I'm really excited about all the stuff that's coming up.
Villisca, yeah. So you're still going to make it to Villisca, you think?
I'm going to try.
Yeah. So right now we have me, Taylor, and possibly Shannon. Kyle is kind of iffy at this point. Dawn is coming over. Hi, Dawn, by the way. And Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
Yeah.
So Melanie can't make it to the States. Dawn, I think Dawn, you can answer. I think you're definitely Dawn. You're coming to Villisca. Yes, all about the money. Yes, very true, Walt. It's all about the money with shows and stuff. I mean, this is something we can maybe briefly talk about. This is something that's you know, I think most teams aspire to have some kind of show, right? That's what I'm aspiring for. I'd like to have a TV show. Somebody's listening out there. You know, networks, Our House Media. Our House Media, if you're listening, we'd love to have our own show, but we need to keep it real, like a docu-style show. You know, let's show people what it really is to investigate the paranormal. It's not about drama. It's not about... Sometimes it's boring. But it's not about drama. It's about being real, about finding real evidence. I think most teams, that's what they want, but sometimes we get caught up, and sometimes we can get influenced, and then we go astray. And this is something I don't want this team to go down that path. I don't want the team to go, you know, it's just fake evidence. Let's just... you know, do whatever a network wants to do, something is never going to happen. I'd love to have a show, but I will never compromise the integrity of this team. And I don't think anybody in this team would ever do so as well. They would never compromise the integrity of the team. That's not the way we operate. So we did have a couple of people to call us for private investigations.
Yeah. And for you guys to know, if you're in the local Ottawa surrounding areas and you've got stuff going on, you could email us.
I think Kyle, you should come sit here for a bit. Oh, Kyle likes it in the back there.
Oh, that's okay.
I'm good.
Kyle likes it in the back, eh?
He did
I said
his time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Villisca. We're gonna go back to Villisca now. A couple of how are we gonna handle Villisca? Again, I know we talked about this a lot, but I mean, this is more for the people who are gonna win the draw, which we're gonna announce fairly shortly. This place is obviously Villisca is a tragedy that happened there, but it was, of course, it's full of hype. You know.
Yeah,
So
but it's got the whole recipe for a haunting. If there's
Mm-hmm.
anywhere to be haunted, and that would make sense. That place got some really dark, unresolved energy, and people from all over the world have had experiences there. But then again, so have people at the jail hostel, and the jail hostel wasn't like insane, like activity everywhere, and like it wasn't as hyped as it's maybe made to seem.
Well, we're gonna do a lot of debunking there in Villisca.
Yeah. Well, we always do. I mean, that's just
Look at all the nooks and
comes with
crannies.
the territory.
Right,
yeah,
Don?
that
Right,
place
Don?
we're gonna make sure that there aren't any setups, because touristy places like that, especially when it's surrounded, or, like they make their money from it being haunted. We're gonna make sure that there's nothing set up to be spooky
Or deliberately set up to make it look haunted.
right. Yeah.
But that's what investigating is you got to debunk everything, right? You got to,
The old building.
It's an old building, yeah. But it's been changed a lot too. They did a lot of renovations. They modernized it, and then the owners, what are their names? Martha. I know Martha is the owner right now.
Strong magnets.
One thing you gotta make sure, don't put that close to a phone. It'll ruin a phone. Those magnets. So that's why I put my phone over here, just in case. Just in case, keep those magnets away. Martha, what's their second name? Family name? Win. Anyways, Martha's husband passed away a while ago. Martha owns the Villisca house right now, and we're going to be investigating there. And of course, we're going to be a little bit critical about it. We don't want to ruin people's tourist attraction, but I mean, we have to go in there and be honest investigators and actually do a thorough investigation of this location.
And don't forget the
Edinburgh Manor, that's right. Edinburgh Manor, that's going to be
sanitarium. There's got to be
yes,
something going on
yeah.
there.
Well, Edinburgh or Edinburgh. I know, Don, you want me to say Edinburgh, but I'm going to say Edinburgh Manor. It used to be an insane asylum, right? As far as I know.
Yes.
And then it was switched to the poor farmers hostel type thing, where farmers would stay there and actually harvest around the location and support themselves that way. So there's a lot of history. You actually, Shannon, did a lot of research, and I gotta give you guys that information.
Yeah, I'm not all caught up on locations.
But Shannon did a lot of research on Villisca and on Edinburgh Manor. Now that's another location that's going to be. We're going to have to be careful because it's fairly old but it's going to be a cool place. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be hard not to get caught up in the hype. But that's where when you investigate, you got to make sure that you don't get caught up too much in the hype of it, and you got to stay level-headed and be critical about everything you do. So.
Always.
One of them has no hydro.
It does have hydro. So we will be live feeding from the States, hopefully. I'll get some more gigs on my phone, I guess, and we'll try to live feed over there. Hopefully, if report a problem. No, I don't want to report a problem. Why's my phone doing that? Don't do that. Okay. So, you guys have anything to add?
No, we'll just update things as we go. We can do the draw.
Yeah.
If you want to read the names out, that'll take a little.
We're going to read the names out again. I think we have them all in there, just to make sure we're not cheating. So, you want to do it again? Or you want to
I don't think you need to read it.
No?
I don't know. Do you guys trust us? If anyone comments and they want us to read them out again, we'll read them out again. If you guys are cool, then we will do the draw. speak now or forever hold your
Yeah.
peace.
So we're not gonna go through the whole name thing again, but we do have all the names in there. Which camera are we on, Carl? This one here.
Here, I'll switch it.
So we got all the names in there. As we did before.
Here.
All the names are there, all in. Same names we have earlier.
Oh, you dropped one.
Drop one, and it was Waltz.
Waltz.
Walt's going back in.
Waltz going back in.
It's
There's
going back in. Yeah.
Okay, anyways, Walt's going back in. Okay. So, we're gonna do the draw now.
Woo! Meow, beow, 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 beow.
We're gonna mix it up.
Uh-oh.
We got my dogs. Hold on. So let Shannon draw.
Oh, I don't want to.
You don't want
Taylor
to?
do it.
From the top, so that way you can't peek in.
Oh.
There you go. Pick one name.
I need to just feel it. Some energy. Oh, it's Paul.
Who?
Paul.
Oh my goodness! The winner of our Velisca Axe Murder House draw is Walt, the last one that went in. So Walt Wagner, you just won. You and somebody else are going to attend the stateside road trip in the States. If for some reason, Walt, you can't make it, it was kind of weird because Walt was the last one in. We didn't mix it though, eh? But anyways, it was meant to be. It was mixed. So Walt, you just won the a spot with us. You can bring one person with you to Velisca. Congratulations.
Should we do a backup in case he can't make it?
We're actually we're gonna pull one backup at least just in case Walt you can't make it. So we're gonna do we're gonna do 3 total. Walt is number 1 in case Walt you can't make it. We'll have a second and a third runner. We'll have 2 runner-ups. So my turn. Bring it up so I can't see. Okay, got a paper. Bradley Corrigan. Bradley Corrigan, you are the second runner-up for the Velisca Axe Murder House Stateside Road Trip. You're gonna pick one.
Well, I can do it, or I can do it. Okay.
Or Kyle can. Maybe we'll have 4 runner-ups.
No, it's okay. That should be good.
10 people, yeah. What do we have now?
Kim.
Third runner-up is Kim Val Burns. Kim Val Burns, can you see it?
No.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's in the preview.
Oh no, wait, you're on the wrong one here.
Right over here.
There you go.
So third runner-up is Kim Val Burns.
Or second runner-up.
Second is Bradley Corrigan.
Well, that's how you get first
Yeah.
runner-up, second
First.
runner-up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, because the winner is Walt. So what's our third runner-up?
Okay.
So first runner-up is Bradley Corrigan. Second is Kim Val Burns. Where's the third runner-up?
Well, that's me. It's gotta be me.
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle's going to pick the third one. He's looking down.
Looking down.
He's looking down to make sure we're not cheating. Okay. Who do we have?
Angela Helmer. Behind here.
Go behind.
Angela Helmer.
There we go. Angela's the third runner-up. So Walt, you won the Velisca Axe Murder House. Walt, I'm not sure where your location is. I think you're in the States somewhere. So you're obviously not gonna. We can pick you up on the way to Velisca. If you can meet us somewhere along the way, you can hop in the Suburban with us. Again, the trip's going to be on August 12th. We're going to be leaving Ottawa on August 12th. If you're in the States or along our route, we're going to meet you somewhere. You hop in with us, and you'll be in Velisca to do the Edinburgh Manor, the Velisca Axe Murder House, and the Roseman Bridge. This is going to be quite a big investigation. So anyways, congratulations again, Walt. Sweet. Sweet, okay. Awesome. So, okay, Walt. So I'll be in touch over Facebook or our Ghost page via private message, and we'll give you all the details of the trip. You can bring one person with you, so it can be either a wife, a child, or a husband, wife, a child, doesn't matter. You can bring one person with you. And we'll go through all the details with you to see what you need to bring, what's covered and everything. So anyways, that's done. Thank you to all the ones. Thank you to all those that did buy tickets. And we will be live feeding from Villisca and the States when we do the stateside road trip. What else do we have to add?
I don't know.
They're both just sitting there. Kyle, help me out here.
This has been a thorough show. I feel like if there's
thorough?
any questions.
Yeah. Do you have any questions? You guys have any questions?
Yeah, open it up to questions. Q&A.
That's my bedtime.
Sweet. A stranger? LOL.
A stranger? Can you bring a stranger?
Yeah, I guess you can if you want. Jose, there's going to be a lot of other opportunities. I do thank you for buying tickets. We thank everybody for buying tickets to the draw. Like I said, we didn't sell a lot of tickets. So everybody had a very fair chance. So, we're going to have some other stuff coming up for you. The different types of investigations, and we'll probably have a couple more draws.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Questions, comments.
You guys have any comments, questions?
Give it a couple minutes and sign off.
What time is it now?
9 something.
9:01.
9:01. Shannon is always so quiet.
Yeah, I'm more of a behind the scenes person. So sit out here.
So we're just gonna sit here pretty and stare at the camera for a while to see if you guys have any questions.
How about, our next live feed?
Next live feed is gonna be when? Last Saturday of the month, right?
And maybe what topics we're.
I think we should probably hit that spiritual thing we talked about.
Yeah.
How spiritually the differences between scientific and spiritual, how we can combine both.
Yeah. No promises, but maybe the psychic.
I wouldn't mind actually. Could she come over to the
I
next
have to
live?
talk to her first.
Do you think she might?
It's possible. Yeah.
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 Okay.
If not her, there's others.
Yeah. Yeah.
July 27th is our next talk show.
July 27th. Everybody gonna be able to make it on July 27th? It's hard to say.
Should be able to.
Okay, so July 27th, the last Saturday of the month, we're gonna have our next Ghost Talks episode. Now, the topics are going to be, again, we're going to do what we were supposed to do on this show, but again, our lives kind of got in the way, and we all have some busy lives. I know Kyle has, his job keeps him pretty busy, so does Taylor and Shannon.
I just moved.
Yeah, and Kyle just moved. So, I just finished school, working a new job, just got through my busy season. So we didn't really have a chance to do much for Ghosts lately. But next show, we're going to have a whole new topic for you. It's going to be more about, we're going to talk about psychics. We're going to talk about the spiritual side of investigating, how that can interfere in your investigating, how to keep both separate, how to kind of have, like, I guess, an actual balance, right? Have a good balance in between would be a great thing. So that's something we're going to talk on our next episode, which will be July 27th,
Are we gonna look
2019.
At, any special equipment?
Well, we've covered, in our live feeds, we've covered digital voice recorders, covered EMF meters, we've covered, obviously, the thermal, we've covered night vision cameras, we've covered investigative methods, we've covered how to properly set up an investigation, contamination, all that stuff. What else could we actually talk about? We don't want to give up too much because I want you guys to come to our workshops, right?
I mean, a lot of it is just existential conversations, theory, it's just... Yeah, because we've talked about a lot of the concrete stuff, but we haven't really necessarily talked about, like, what we think might happen based on, patterns we've observed and things we've caught, what do we think we are looking for, or why is it there, I'm sure those are the types of discussions I feel like that are kind of coming up, because we've covered the basics, the real, like, scientific side. and everyone's, you know, got their own opinion. So those are good topics to bounce off other people.
Well, I mean, you know, we're gonna keep trying to get some interesting topics for you guys with every show we do. There is also something coming up, I think, again with that network, which I'm still in conversation with, and there's some other stuff that's gonna come up, right? Mm-hmm. Hopefully, we can get like a private investigation. Kind of cool. Mm-hmm. You know, we did have a couple, but it didn't pan out because we have criteria, right? Yeah. The thing is, when we do investigations. I know when people call us, they're either experiencing some stuff. We actually have a certain criteria that we base whether or not we're going to investigate. We don't investigate every single location we get a call or an email because it has to have a certain amount of activity for us to go in, for us to displace the whole team because we don't
for a pre-investigation.
Yeah, even for a pre-investigation because you and Taylor did what, 1 or 2 at this point, or just you did that one pre-investigation.
Yeah, the one just recent.
And that didn't warrant any further investigating because it could probably be related to natural phenomena. So this is
not yet anyway. Yeah, unless something else.
Unless something. But these people can always contact us again if the activity gets worse. We have a couple of other residential cases that are coming up, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so send us emails if you or you know anyone, especially if there's children in the home or it's like of a violent nature. We'll definitely end up kind of prioritizing those. Send an email, and then if we think it's worth pursuing, we'll give you a call. We'll talk to you a little bit better, get a better idea, and then maybe set up a pre-investigation.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we have a certain kind of
a process.
Certain procedures that we take in order to...
We get all types, you know. We got to kind of rule out certain things, and because it takes a lot for us to get all our equipment set up, so we're going to make sure that we check it out first and get to know the person a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's got to be at least some kind of valid activity for us to go in there and actually investigate. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, on that note, Kyle, anything to add?
Nope.
Taylor? Shannon?
Nothing.
Cats and dogs?
I'm just answering questions here.
So, any more questions, anybody? No?
I'm answering her, like, typing, but she said, ever tried doing an investigation without equipment? And basically just saying, I mean, I'm sure we've all just kind of around our own house or something, but we can't conduct a scientific investigation without equipment. Our eyes and our ears can only...
What are the basics, the basics you need for... very bare bones.
Digital recorder.
A very
EMF,
at least
camera.
Yeah, camera. A good camera, night vision camera that does still and video. A good digital voice recorder, and maybe an EMF meter, just to rule out the possibility that maybe EMF fields are actually affecting people and making them see stuff. That would be the basics, I think, for doing like a basic investigation. You don't need all the fancy equipment. I mean, you have to cover your bases. We use a DVR system with about 10, 12 cameras, and it's more, again, about monitoring our environment. Because if it wasn't for that, we would have never caught that window at the hostel, right? Because we had like the halls all covered with cameras, and if we didn't have cameras in those halls, we wouldn't have never caught that window opening. That's the only reason you would have tons of cameras. But it's still video, audio, and maybe an EMF meter would be your basic tools.
Okay, someone said, do you guys trust your sixth sense? I'd say we trust it. It helps lead us in the right direction, you know? Yeah. But we don't, like, it's just not scientific evidence, just isn't something that we stack up with our evidence. But yeah, we use it. I think it would be naive and silly not to. It's definitely part of the human anatomy. Our brains were wired for survival and stuff, so yeah, you can definitely sense things that are, you know, not that you can't really put your finger on. You're not really seeing it or hearing it. You just it's a sense, you know, and it's heightened in these places, and so yeah, we tune into it and we take it into account. And we try and corroborate it with other things, you know. If you have a feeling in your gut and you're like, oh, I just feel like something just got here, like something is around me. Then we pull out our equipment and we try to prove that that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we use everything that we possibly can.
Well, we had a conversation about that, about the pineal gland in our brain. That can calcify, and as we get older, it calcifies, and we don't see as much. But children can see more because it's a healthier gland.
Right.
So, what's your take on this, Shannon? You're the psychologist. What do you think?
Oh, well, about the Sixth Sense, you mean?
The Sixth Sense, yeah.
Yeah,
What's your take on it?
Just, I think it's real, and I think you should follow it for sure. And
Yeah.
But again, it's not scientific proof of anything.
It sounds like we can't base it as concrete evidence type thing.
But I think you can certainly follow it to.
Yeah, trust your gut. It's an instinct, and it's there so that, well, originally as a survival instinct, so we would survive. And
I'll give you an instance. Back when we were apes, you know, and you know how your hair raises on the back of your neck, and it's that's a response to fear, you know, and not only fear but cold weather.
Yeah.
To better
insulate yourself. Yeah.
When we had more hair.
Yeah.
You know,
well, these days we get goosebumps instead.
Yeah. Well, that's right.
And that's one thing I find weird. And this is something that happens a lot when people investigate. Oh my God, there's a ghost close. I'm getting goosebumps, and the hair's going up on my arms. Well, now correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is just your body reacting to the environment. Yeah. You're in a cold, damp place in the dark. Well, your hair is going to go up once in a while. You're anxious. You're hyped up.
It's usually in a moment of kind of hysteria. Other things are already going on, and so you can't help but think that it might be psychosomatic. But if there was a spirit, I would imagine that you would get goosebumps then too, because
unless that sixth sense kind of clicks in, and your
hairs do stand up when it's kind of an electricity in the air when there is like a spiritual presence. So it can definitely cause goosebumps, but so many things can cause goosebumps. So. I mean, I don't know.
I wouldn't take it as I wouldn't take it as.
Look in the zoom in on it.
Look, the hair's up. The hair's up on my arm. There's a ghost present. Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Yeah. But is it possible? Yeah, if there is you know, like we said, that maybe that's that sense, that intuition, that instinct kicks in, and that's how we react to it. That's a possibility. But I wouldn't say every time your hair goes up on your arm that it's a ghost. You know, or a cold spot or anything else. I would doubt it. But, you know, again, be critical about your stuff when you investigate.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
No, I'm kind of answering the smaller ones as I go. Just people asking about, like, locations we've been there. And I was doing that.
Okay. That's amazing. Okay, so I guess we're good for tonight then.
Well, good, yeah.
It was, like I said, tonight was a very improvised show because we were totally unprepared as usual. Or I was unprepared.
Eat the names now.
Yeah, you can eat the name. There you go. Eat them for real. Actually, I want to get. Now we're gonna sign out in our usual way. So again, on July, which camera are you using?
27th.
This one. This one.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah.
This one.
There.
That one there. There we go. That's the camera. Join us again on July 27th for our next episode of Ghost Talks. We're going to have more of a spiritual conversation about the paranormal on that talk show, which will be on July 27th.
Maybe a special guest.
Maybe a special guest to do some investigating. Anyways, we're not going to do investigating. A special guest might be a psychic of some sort, or maybe some other special guest that's going to come over. And we'll talk. You know what I wouldn't mind doing is having somebody talk about demonology.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, let us know. You guys, would you guys? Yeah, I know one person. Would you guys like to have somebody on the show that talks about demonology, which is a different, totally. I personally don't believe in it, but I mean, it is a very big part of paranormal investigating. There's a lot of cases that have been known of demonology. It's a topic. It's different.
There is definitely something that I don't know if they're demons, but there is like a whole other kind of category of patterns of things happening.
Elementals.
That's a possibility. So maybe that's an option. If we don't have a psychic, maybe we can have somebody that can talk about demonology.
Yeah.
I know one person.
I was thinking I have someone kind of in mind. One day we could kind of have like a physicist, like this person I have in mind, like studied quarks and like the very bare bones of like quantum physics and stuff like that. They have their masters and can kind of explain. I mean, they're probably not going to be supportive of the belief in the paranormal, but they can talk about the micro kind of universe and the macro universe and how things work at their bare basics. And
Yeah.
dimensions.
The multiverse,
and,
yeah.
space
Well,
and
that's-
time
that's-
and dimensions and stuff.
Yeah, that's what we do as investigators. We look into different things, right?
Yeah, these are really important sort of things behind what we do. So
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna sign off in our usual way.
3.
Oh, Kyle's got to. You got to come over on this side, Kyle.
Okay.
No, you're gonna. No, you can do it on your side, right?
Oh, you
Well,
put
can
it
you?
on his face. Oh.
Well, you can. No, okay. You can run over
It's always
to.
the most dramatic thing. Just
You can run over to the back after and shut us off. Okay.
Yes.
I know it's dorky, but it's the way we do it, right?
yeah.
Okay. So, guys, again, thanks for tuning in to our Ghost Talk show. Kyle, squeeze in. There he is. Okay, Kyle's in. Thanks for tuning into our show once again and putting up with our stupidity and sometimes shenanigans. But we do try to bring you hardcore scientific facts as much as we can. We do try to educate people as much as we can on how to do proper investigations, how to have proper investigative methods, how to use equipment properly. Again, this show is, well, we're up to episode 7 or 8, so I'm assuming it's going to get better and better every time. We do have your best interest at heart, for sure. I would like to thank one person today. Thank you, Andrew, for coming over and meeting with us this evening. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Andrew had to leave at 7, so he could not be a part of the live feed. I want to say hello again to Dawn. Hello again to Melanie. Sorry you couldn't make it. And hello to all the previous or past Ghost members that might be tuning in, which I doubt, but you never know.
Mm-hmm. Congrats to our winners.
Congrats to our winners, Walt.
No, runner-ups.
All the other people there. We have Walt, which is the main winner. Then we have Bradley Corrigan, which was runner number up.
We're so tired.
Runner up.
We had investigating.
Investigating.
Walt for being the winner. Bradley Corrigan for being second runner-up in case Walt can't make it.
First
First
runner
runner
up.
up.
First runner-up. Sorry.
Oh my God, stop saying words. Just say names. Just
Okay. Bradley Corrigan, Kim Val Burns, and Angela Helmer. You guys are all in the running. In case one person can't make it, you're going to be the next one up. Again, thanks for joining us again on Ghost Talk Show, and join us again on July 27th.
last Saturday in the month.
Last Saturday of the month. So we're going to bid you farewell for this evening. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Lights out! Okay, Kyle, you can
Now
go.
you have to turn it off. Now it's all awkward.
It's all awkward.
Yes.
Oh my god, that was a bad show.